Hi, and welcome to my video. Today we're going to talk about all the series I'm in the middle of, and then we will do a later time, a little check-up or check-in to just look how we do progress, how I progress with my series. So yes, that's what we're going to do today, and I think we can already get started with it. So they will be in no particular order whatsoever. It's just what I can grab first. First we have The Witcher series by... I will not butcher the name. I think if I attempt that I will definitely butcher it. So there are 8 books in total in this series. I read The Last Wish. That's one of the prequels. And so far I like it. I just have to get into it again, if you know what I mean. It's quite some time since I finished this one, so it will take a little bit until I continue, but I definitely plan to continue the series. Next up we have a new favorite of mine, and that's the Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. That is such a cute book. If you like dinosaurs and winter and you don't mind a middle grade or children's book, go for that one. It's absolutely amazing. I really, really, really adore it. And there are like 3 more books to come. So that's really cool. I will definitely continue. Though I think I will continue in the wintry season of this year. So holiday season, maybe November, beginning of December, but I will definitely continue. Then next up we have Legends and Lattes from Travis Baldree, I think. Baldree. And this one is so amazing. It's so cozy. It's just like a warm blanket around oneself. And it was a lot of fun to read that one. And like there's already another one out. It's called Bookshop and Bone Dust. And this year in fall, I think in fall, there's going to be a 3rd one. So I'm really looking forward to that one, and I will definitely want to catch up with the 2nd one until the 3rd one comes out. So yes, that's Legends and Lattes. Then next up, we have the big chunky Lord of the Rings books, and I already read The Hobbit. Like, it must have been 2.5 years ago now, and I really, really liked that story. So I definitely wanted to continue with The Lord of the Rings, and I already started a little bit into the Fellowship of the Ring. So I just have to continue and knock this big boy out, because I think it will be a lot of fun to read that one and to dive back into the world of Middle-earth and all of the creatures and people who live there. So I think that will be a lot of fun. So yes, I will definitely continue that as well. Then we have an indie author-published book, The Violet Theory by Elodie, Iver, if I say that name correctly. And so far there are 2 books out in the series, but I think she intended it to be a trilogy. So I will definitely continue when the third book comes out. I mean, I loved it. It's amazing. I'm at my second reread of this story and I'm heavily annotating it this time around. So this is definitely a yes, I will continue it. Next up we have another indie author published book. That's the Benaghar series. So far there are 2 books out, and I will also definitely continue that one. That is by F.K. Maddison, and this book was also a lot of fun. I mean, I also heavily annotated it, and yeah, I will continue as soon as the series continues. Then we have Powerless by Lauren Roberts. And I tapped, I think you can see that. I tapped for the tandem read. So I have the prequel here, the powerful novella and Powerless. So I will read that in tandem. I already started with the prologue. So technically I'm already in the middle of the series. And so far it's really cool. And I will definitely continue so far. Then we can see what I say after the tandem read. That's actually my first tandem read in my life. And I'm really excited for it. Because I think tandem reads are just a lot of fun. But we will figure out if I'm the person for tandem reads or not. But so far, I will continue. And I'm really looking forward to March, when the third book comes out. And I hope that I can catch up to the series in that time until Fearless comes out. So I can just jump into Fearless the moment I get my hands on the book. So yes, this is going to be a really cool journey. Then we have When the Moon Hatched. I'm like 70 pages into this. I really like it. I started it in June of last year and I had every intent to finish it right there and then. But then I heard it has a cliffhanger on the end. So I postponed finishing it. Because cliffhangers and me, I really want to know what happens then. And if I know I don't have to wait so long anymore until the next book comes out, then it's a lot easier for me to live with the cliffhanger. So that's why I pushed it back. But I will definitely continue with that book. I really like it so far. And maybe I will just, if I'm in the mood, maybe I will just finish it and ignore that it has a cliffhanger. That could also happen. So yes, this is really fun so far. Then we have Diary of the Wimpy Kid. And I mean, this is just lovely. This is just so much fun. Its childhood is, it's really cool. And me and my boyfriend, we also have a cool challenge for ourselves that in every country we were in so far, we got the edition of Diary of the Wimpy Kid in that language. So it's really cool. For example, we were in Spain, so we got the Spanish edition. And we were in the Netherlands and we got the Dutch edition. And now, like, we already read the Spanish one because we were learning Spanish. And in a couple of weeks we can start with the Dutch one because we learned Dutch. So it's really cool to interconnect that with each other and also have like a little trophy or something from the places we were. So that's really cool. But also we read just the basic English one or the basic German one. We also have that somewhere. Yes, so this is really cool. I will continue this, but most probably in a different pace than one would expect. Because sometimes we need to get the books for it still. So yes, this is really cool. And we will just read the first one, how often we want to in different languages. So that's fun. Then next up we have 6 Crimson Cranes from Elizabeth Lim. And that's a duology as far as I know. If there hasn't... Oh no, I think it's a trilogy now, if I remember correctly. I started this ages and ages ago. I'm on page 94 so far. It was really fun until I, for some reason, put it down. I don't know why I did that. I think I just wasn't... I think I needed something lighthearted and fast-paced in that moment. I'm a big mood reader and I wasn't in the mood for that anymore, and I think I also was in a reading slump afterwards. It's not that this book put me into a reading slump. It was just the circumstances of my reading habits in general, because I was reading a lot of books I wasn't really in the mood of or something like that. So I just put that away for that time. But I definitely have to pick it back up again, because I think the story is going to be really amazing and I love it so far. And then I will read the other 2 books. The one, like the Dragon's Promise, it's also on the back here. I already own that one. It waits in my bookshelf for me to be picked up. And then the other thing is something with like... I don't know how that one is called. Maybe I will put it in here somewhere. So, yes, this is going to be really fun, I think. So, I also want to continue with that one, even though it then took me a really long time to get through it. But I think that's sometimes fine. I mean, there's no time frame in which you have to finish a book if you still enjoy it. I think you know what I mean there. Then we have Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This one I also started tapping that. I started that in December 2023, I think. And I did the same thing with that one. That one was the same for me as 6 Crimson Cranes. I wasn't necessarily in the mood for that kind of adventure story, or I don't even really know yet what happens in that series. I will definitely continue. I really liked what I read so far. It's fantastic writing. The world building so far is really amazing, and I really, really want to know what happens. I just wasn't necessarily in the mood on that time, so I think I will pick it up this year around. It's on my TBR for this year, because I really want to get into this. And I also know that with each book, the book gets thicker, so this is going to be a challenge, but I want to have that challenge. So we will see how I'm doing. Then we have Throne of Glass. I finished this book a couple of days ago, and it was really amazing. I really, really liked it. It took me a bit of time to get into it, but only because I just wanted to bask in it as long as possible, to just slowly get into this world and the characters, and yet just not rush through it. So that was my goal, and I think I achieved it. I really, really liked it, and I will definitely continue. I already started with the second one, and this is going to be a fun ride, but I think I'm also a bit scared because some of the hints that were dropped, I'm scared to find out what that means for the characters in this world. So yes, but I will definitely continue this one. Then we have Maas from Art Spiegelman. Technically that's a duology, if we want to be that technical, because there's a Maas 1 and a Maas 2. And I'm almost finished with the first one. I think I'm in the middle of the first one, if I'm not mistaken, or a little bit over the middle. And I think it's really good. I think everybody should read that one, because it is so interesting and so informative, and you learn so much about the Holocaust and the people who lived through it. And this is really, really amazingly done. And I also thought, it's like a graphic novel, you can fly through it. I definitely can't. I have to put it down from time to time, and sometimes I will not pick it up for weeks or months at a time, because it's just a really heavy topic. So yes, but I definitely want to go on, and I want to finish that. And maybe I will finish it this year, at least Maas 1. So we will see how that one goes. But it's really, really good. And then lastly, I have just representative. I have the Walking Dead comics, like the first volume here. And I watched the show with my boyfriend, I think we finished it last year in March or something. And it was really good. We really liked it. I really liked it. It was so smartly done, with the character developments and the storytelling, and it was so amazing and good. And then I started to read the comics, because I wanted to know where they derived from each other and where changes were made. And also, just how the base work of that looked like. So I'm slowly but surely making my way through this series. I'm on volume 8 right now. I have to start volume 8 and then continue. And I get most of these secondhand, thrifted. So sometimes it just takes a little time to find the volumes I need to continue, but I can't continue until volume 15, and then I have to find new ones. So this is also a really cool quest, to find all of them secondhand. So that's a lot of fun, and I will just slowly make my way through that as well. It's 32 volumes in that whole series, and they're pretty fast to read, but sometimes one just needs a little break, because there are still heavy topics in it. So yes. And then we actually have one more. This is I think the first one was also translated into English, but I have no idea if the other ones were translated as well. The one is Rulantica by Michaela Hanauer. And yeah, I read the first one. I got this book, I don't know how long ago, when it first came out. I think 2019 or something. I don't know, really. But I read it 2 years ago. Just on a whim, I wanted to have a little funny journey. So I read that, and then I figured out there are 2 more books of it. So, yes, I definitely want to continue it, but I have to be in a mood for just really funny, sometimes nonsensical stuff, because that's just a really fun read. And yes, so this is also a book in our series I want to continue, but in its own pace. As always, every one of these will go into their own pace, and then I will figure out if I actually like them or not. And I think it's safe to say that I'm a big fantasy girl and I want to get into sci-fi a little bit more. I also started to read some Star Wars books that's also somewhat sci-fi. So these been so good so far. And then we'll just stay in my comfort genre, fantasy, for now. And yeah, that was it with the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, hope to see you guys around. And maybe you can just motivate me with some of these. Just leave a comment and tell me to read them, and then I will do that. Or if you want to see reading vlogs for some of these, I'm filming a reading vlog for Throne of Glass already. But if you want to see a reading vlog for some of the other series, then just tell me that and I will try to do that. Okay, until then, bye bye.